There she be. You wanna know how I got this game to work? You can see that it's like a normal speed now, as it should be. In windowed mode. I tried this renewal, that is a big mod that they had made, like, started making it a couple of years ago, and last update was like last year or something. It's what I tried at first, but it still didn't work. They had an update on Friday. And I'm not kidding. Friday had an update for this renewal mod. So I just downloaded that. What is the coincidence that I'm trying to play Undying and all of a sudden an update for the mod drops? Like on the next day after I've tried it. Why couldn't you have the update before I tried it? Like, absolute coincidence that I decide to play this game and suddenly there's an update to a mod that makes the game work better. And yes, what you're seeing is correct. There is a multiplayer, apparently. Multiplayer. And here we can choose all kinds of different new things with the renewal mod. And also, why are ads happening right now? Oh, they're starting in 1 minute. Yeah, I'll wait before I start a new game. Let's wait for the ads to go away. I mean, DG Voodoo just wouldn't work the way I wanted it to. DX Windows just wouldn't work the way I wanted it to. But as soon as I found out that this had a new update on Friday, I was like, alright, I'll try it. Downloaded it, installed it, made sure that it installed everything, started playing, and I was like, works perfect. Didn't have any troubles, it has subtitles, it's running in the right speed, everything seemed to be good. And now that I've said that out loud, let's see how this is gonna fail! Always the famous last words, right? At least now we can play the game proper. Knocking on wood and crossing my fingers, crossing my legs. Spiky, did you ever stay on the starting screen like this just to listen to the music, even though it's short? I've always liked this opening tune. It's just a little bit over a minute, but I just wanted to listen to it on a loop for a while before I started playing the game. In my opinion, it's the perfect intro to the game with this music. It's got that perfect amount of spookiness that it really puts you on the edge, and then when they start singing, you're like, oh shit, I'm in for something, aren't I? never seen this game. Oh, you're in for a treat, Goblin. I mean, I did play this game a few years ago. In a long time. Specky has been hounding me for the past 2 years to continue this game. Play it again. It's about time that we do so. October 1923. See, this is the proper speed.
I'm tired of traveling, or fighting superstition and its many manifestations. Even though it was me who chose to debunk folklore and mysticism. Little did I know I'd end up being labeled as Patrick Galloway, the man with endless occult knowledge. Before I knew it, people all over the world paid me to investigate all kinds of weird things. As long as they paid me, I'd look into it. Funny thing though, the more I saw, the more I believed there are forces beyond our control. Creatures not explainable in any human terms. Things that make me skin crawl. I fled from Ireland and hung around Paris and London with no real purpose till the Great War started.
Yeah, you're in for real horror here.
Whose job it was to squelch the fears of the superstitious farm boys who made up the fighting ranks. The Tresanti were the biggest pains. Me commanding officer, Jeremiah Covenant, led our unit in the hunt for their camps. We were ambushed. They came streaming out of the woods, waving swords and howling like banshees. I saw their leader holding a strange stone over his head, yelling weird words in a strange tongue. And just when I was gonna pull the trigger, he glared right at me. A bright green flash came from his hand, and it bowled me over as my gun went off. I woke up in a hospital bed with severe burns. They told me Jeremiah and the unit had gone on without me, but he'd given me the shaman stone to keep. I hadn't given any of this much thought until I came back here to find this letter that Jeremiah wrote me almost 6 months ago, asking me to come back to Ireland and help him out. This is not something I'm dying to do, for it may mean the death of me. He saved my life though, so I owe it to him. Just hope it's not too late.
No, you're undying to do it. Anyway. Each time my past fades from memory. I'll be here all night, unfortunately. Each time my past fades from memory, fate has a terrible habit of reawakening me. Most often, the unpleasant name of Otto Kaisinger is the vehicle of remembrance, but not today. My old friend and commanding officer in the Great War, Jeremiah Covenant, has sent word. It has been years since I have heard from him. His letter came whilst I was away, sitting unopened for nearly 6 months. My joy at reading his name was quickly replaced by sorrow, then by fear. Jeremiah has fallen ill and requires my assistance at his estate in Ireland. I have not set foot on Irish soil since Gwendolen's death, and I did not think anything could make me return. Could I have been responsible for her death? Being legally exiled from my homeland was painful, but nothing in comparison to my memories. How did she end up on the floor? How could so much blood come without a sound? How was that knife in my hand, and why was Kaisinger suddenly nowhere to be found? But Jeremiah saved my life, and I cannot deny any request he would make. The necessity of my presence is somewhat vague, as his letter at times was incoherent. He speaks of his sickness as a family illness no medicine can cure. Regardless, I will go to my friend. I booked passage on a steamliner leaving tomorrow, arriving in 4 days' time. I hope I'm not recognized by the authorities. I hope I'm not too late. The Gilzia Bar Stone. I've carried this artifact ever since the day Jeremiah gave it to me following the battle with the Tresanti. It seems to throw out a shockwave of considerable force, and ever since I acquired the stone, I have noticed strange sightings and visual anomalies. However, the power of the stone has its dark side. On occasion, a beast from beyond this world has attacked me. My only explanation for its appearance is that I was using the stone's power for too long. I have not seen the beast for a while, of course. I have not needed the stone. My trusty revolver, a 6-shot weapon of forged metal grace. Durable yet lightweight, my military piece has seen many a country and spilled much blood over the years. A spell that allows me to see and hear past events from the geographic location in which I happen to be standing. It also casts an ethereal light on enemies and darker areas, giving me the ability to see my foes as well as find my way. I must be careful in its use, as it has no offensive power and seems to drain my energies for short durations. Learned men have stated that they believe that man has yet to unlock the full potential of the mind. While traveling into the Orient after the war, I met up with a local seer who told me that I was one of the chosen few. One of only a handful of individuals that he had ever met had this ability. He called it scrying, to be able to read portions of the past. Most of the people who possessed this power, he said, over the course of their lives eventually fell into this ability, tired from the barrage of images and sounds that could be heard from both the past and the present, the real and the unreal. I know I have the ability to scry because of the subtle words I hear calling within me at times, begging me to look deeper into the past, deeper at what actually isn't even in front of me. But I am truly wondering if this is the gift I dreamt of, or a sick curse placed on me by an outside force.
Stop.
Yeah, begin. Hang on, I have to do a little bit of an audio balance here. As you can see, the fact that it's working perfectly in windowed mode. There was an update on Friday to the mod that I tried to use. Perfect timing. Use scrying to reveal the past when you hear whispers. Scry now. Look around. The rats are drinking his blood. The rats. They're vampires. Excuse me, sir.
You're Jeremiah's old warbird, right?
Indeed.
Great conversation. Nothing back here.
Jammed.
Stalk. Nothing hiding in the corner.
I'm Patrick Galloway, a friend of Jeremiah's. Sorry it took me so long to get here. His letter said it was most urgent.
Jeremiah was beginning to think that the letter never arrived in your hands. He's been quite anxious to see you.
It's only been 6 months late.
We've all been quite worried. Jeremiah's now bedridden. Follow me and I'll show you to his living quarters.
Oh, thank it's the living quarters, not the death
I apologize
quarters.
for the look of the house, but there's only a skeleton crew of servants now. Jeremiah let go of everyone else, and the house is much too large for us to clean.
A skeleton crew, spooky, scary
As we've
skeleton.
lost electricity to most parts of the house, we can only maintain the living quarters.
Are you running out of dilithium?
This family's had so much tragedy.
Oh, woe
I
is
hope
me.
you can help him.
Oh, woe is you. Hey, Aaron. What's up? Hey, Aaron, version 2.0. Just like before. Hey. He looks so much creepier now that he's in sharp, high resolution. Ooh. Hold the G to select items. Ah. That also means that I need to change R and E for a spell and weapon. Tab is better for using inventory than Q. Item quick select is G. There's a nice Joker face behind here, if you didn't notice. Yes, I'll use either the duck or the deer as a crosshair. Or a happy face. So many different ones. I'll use the ones that the one that I always used, even back in the day. The spiral one. Always liked that one. I mean, I think that's perfect. That's a crosshair. Jeremiah, my old buddy,
Patrick, you made it.
At your service, Jeremiah. Sorry for the delay, but I've been abroad. What happened to you?
It seems I've come under the watchful eye of the Reaper, my friend. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Apparently too long.
Patrick, I came back from the war only to find my entire estate in disarray. My brother Aaron disappeared first, and then my sister Bethany. My declining health was a result of an old war wound, and unfortunately, the symptoms are irreversible. I didn't summon you here to watch me die. I need your help.
Anything I can do. Just name it.
Strange events began happening around the manor. After thinning out my staff, they ransacked my estate, taking whatever they could carry. The rest of the help was quick to follow, as they feared rumors of my family's curse. I can't help but think it's more than a coincidence that strange happenings have increased since I've been back from the war. I want to get to the bottom of this, but I'm just too weak to investigate it myself. I'm relying on you to step in for me.
Of course, Jeremiah. The only reason I risk coming back here is to assist you however I can.
I should put that back as a wallpaper for
my
the desktop.
thanks to you, Patrick.
What the hell is that?
A howler.
Sounds like it came from downstairs.
I'll check it out. Lock the door behind me.
I'll be right in time, apparently just in time. Completely bedridden, Jeremiah is a shadow of his old self, appearing many pounds and a few shades lighter. His explanation for calling to me is still unclear. He speaks of strange happenings around the estate, problems that he is unable to rectify in his weakened state and has requested that I investigate. I of course agreed. But before I could ponder where to begin my exploration, the servant who showed me to Jeremiah's room screamed from downstairs. Sure she did. Often, where to begin is the most difficult step. Sorry about the delay, but I've been abroad. I was gonna make a joke, but I just wanted to listen to the conversation. Now I'm changed back to my old normal clothes. It would be Sorry for the delay, but I've been abroad, but I'm a man again, so how can I help? I hate to wait. Let the horror begin. Yes, Aaron? Well, he certainly is a happy chap. Oh, that Aaron. Oh, that Aaron? Ain't nothing back here.
Stuck. Stuck.
Come on.
Jammed.
And the third one.
Jammed.
Oh. Come on.
Jammed. Jammed. Stuck. Jammed. Stuck. Won't budge.
There it is. Hey, Reg. Hey, Aaron.
Can you describe what you can only see? As the bonds of flesh are broken, the world becomes apparent.
If you say so. What the heck is he rambling on about? Thanks for the bullets. He shoots guns with his left hand, but he shoots magic from his right. That's how they balanced it. Oh no! A ghost! Whatever shall I do? I'm gonna poop in me pants. I mean, Aaron, you're not that scary. At least not in that form.
Won't budge.
Now we heard her scream. Somebody laugh. Oh, fuck! Well. Well, she did, yo. Stay down. you supposed to save her? Text said so, anyways. No, doesn't do anything to the ending. It's just a missed opportunity. I mean, I might have gotten a reward from her, but I think she always dies. There are some servants that I can actually save. And I think she's the first victim to the Howlers. Ow. Stop it. I don't like it. Nice, Cthulhu. Who would want a skylight like that? Like, seriously. The Covenant family is crazy. Hey, Mojo.
Jammed. Jammed.
Help me, Patrick!
There you go. There we are. Our first amplifier. This strange crystalline stone seems to be a source of finite power that may be used to permanently increase the power and effectiveness of my spell casting. I must keep my eyes peeled and ears open for its pinkish hue and not really low hum when you hear it through the walls. I've just returned from the Standing Stones. Whatever inspired the ancient people to build these stones out on the windswept isle, I cannot guess. Well, I have seen sights like this before. Something about the stones has resonance within me. Why would ancient people trouble themselves to build these monoliths on such an isolated island? It would have been far easier to establish a similar ritual area on the mainland itself. I find it curious that for as long as my family has owned this house, no one has taken it upon themselves to truly research the land which we own. Considering I had not returned to the matter since I was a child, I never realized the curious nature of my inheritance. Why does this area have such a strange collection of archaeological artifacts? Well, I strongly doubt there is any connection between Neolithic stones, a decaying monastery, and the tower that the estate was built and wraps itself around. The significance of three major archaeological sites cannot be denied. The tower is a local legend itself. Supposedly, during a great storm, the tower just appeared on the site. Of course, no one can tell me when this happened. All I can tell is that it is a gutted shell of what it once was. No doubt this is why it has been sealed off for so long. The monastery is now a crumbled ruin. It certainly is just a remnant of some reclusive order of monks. Seems that Ireland is dotted with these retreats. I will have to travel out to the island someday. Perhaps I will take the children. Joseph. Let's say I would live in the mansion from the Haunting remake. Really? Not the original?
won't budge.
You okay, Jeremiah? Heard you
Those
screaming
beasts
5
were
minutes
after
ago.
me.
What in God's name were those things?
They're called howlers. And while I've never seen one before tonight, I've heard of them for years.
Those weren't natural, my friend. We're fighting more than superstitions here.
Perhaps I was being naive not to tell you, but there might be something more sinister at work here. When I was a boy, I encountered something I can't quite explain. You see, there was this isle of standing stones that sits just off the estate.
I just read about
Someone
them.
had carved a sigil into each of the stones, something indiscernible. Father had many books on the occult, one of which contained a sketch of that very symbol. I took my brothers and sisters out to the island and read from my father's book.
Well, what happened?
Something answered. The ocean began to boil, and a great wind whipped against us as we stood in the circle, and my siblings huddled to the ground in fear. Eventually, the wind died, and the sea settled. Patrick, I know it sounds
And
like the
Dagon
ravings of a
appeared.
dying man, but I believe those standing stones had something to do with this. What has once been a taint upon this family has now begun to manifest itself.
But you told me you're dying. Doesn't this curse end with you?
Who knows? My brothers and sisters are dead, but I don't think they're really gone. I've heard some servants whispering. They think they've seen Lisbeth on the estate.
I saw her.
My family
And Aaron.
has come for me. I sense them, Patrick. By now, you and I know the supernatural exists. You saw the Howlers. And what about our encounters with the Tersante during the war? You still even carry the Gelzebah stone with you.
It's a token of the shaman's life I took. That's all.
I found a scroll with a picture of the Gelzebah on it. I believe it contains the way to awaken the stone's dormant power.
Very well. Let me study this scroll overnight, and I'll see what I can do in the morning.
This house still hides many secrets. I'm counting on you to reveal them and put an end to this mess.
Although Patrick's eyes changing size, like kind of a little bit disturbing. A piece to the puzzle. The scream downstairs was the result of an attack by a beast, something Jeremiah calls a howler. Similar to a dog, the animal was pale in complexion, had claws as long as my arm, half of the arm, and could leap several meters from a dead stop. I killed the fiend, but before I could thoroughly inspect the corpse, it vanished without a trace. What about the ones that stayed? You could have checked those. Upon questioning Jeremiah, I am a little more unnerved than I was after seeing the howler. He told a story involving his brothers and sisters, an Isle of Standing Stones, and a sorcery book of his late father's. Apparently, the Covenant children, led by Jeremiah, went to the island and read from this strange book. He maintains it was simply a prank to scare his kin. He believes something from within the ring of stones answered back, raging the sea, angering the wind, and shaking the earth. He literally casts spells with the stone and still says that. Since that time, Jeremiah has been visited by terrible misfortune. All of his brothers and sisters have passed away. I recall one late night in a foxhole. Jeremiah showed me a picture of the youngest sister, Lisbeth. No more than a teenager, she was so striking I found it hard to concentrate on his descriptions of the others. Anyway, Jeremiah is not completely convinced they are indeed dead. Well, to be precise, he is not sure they have remained dead. I suspect that these are delusions brought on by his memory of the day at the stones. Otherwise, I can only imagine this as a terrible prank played upon a dying man. But if they are only delusions, why not inform me of them when we first spoke? Why would he not write me of such in his letter? Perhaps he did not think I would come.
Ectoplasm.
So undead Elizabeth is hot. Got it. Oh yeah, she is hot. Trust me. The scroll Jeremiah gave me has revealed a powerful spell. It seems that with proper concentration and focus of my mana, I am able to release ethereal bolts of ectoplasm from my hand. unreliable at a far range, the mystical damage seems quite effective in close range. Close quarters. There, ectoplasm has been amplified. Ah, Heracles versus the Hydra. While he's wearing the lion fur. Well, yes, I did say Heracles. Because you're supposed to say Heracles. The Nemean lionskin, that's it. You know, I was expecting your head to turn. I really wasn't expecting that.
Have you noticed anything strange going on?
Apparently, Elizabeth's room was broken into last night during the commotion.
Where's her room?
Just down the hall from here. It's quite a mess.
Next question: have you seen any sailors around? Do you know anything about the four voodoo? Wanna play a game of lucky hits? The butler said someone broke into Elizabeth's room. Perhaps I should investigate.
Stuck.
Stuck.
Tell me what you know about Lisbeth.
Why, she was a fetching young lass. Quite the fiery temper, though. She could be placid and calm 1 minute, and then suddenly she's spitting curses and swinging her nails at you like an animal. 'Tis a pity her mother died birthing her.
Indeed.
Following her mother's death, I'd raised Lisbeth like my own. In the end, the wasting sickness got her. I'd cared for her when she was sick and watched her wither away to nothing. Pity a young woman has to die in the spring of her life. Now she rests with her poor mother at the family mausoleum. The groundskeeper claims to have seen her recently. Oh man, seeing a ghost is never a good omen.
Where can I find this groundskeeper?
He's out in the gardens. You can get there through the kitchen.
Where
Your
can I
knowledge is
find?
appreciated. Thank you.
Where can I find a groundskeeper? How about the grounds? You don't think you don't expect the groundskeeper to be inside now, do ya? You just saw him. Patrick suffers from selective memory, as in he forgets things very easily. I spoke with the maid about Lisbeth. The sibling's mother, Evelyn, apparently died while giving birth to her, and the housekeeper felt the void of her maternal absence. She said Lisbeth was a very beautiful girl. Take note of the irony of someone who was so beautiful dying of such a heinous disease that calls for the destruction of their vanity. The maid said that the groundskeeper believes that I was not why. I've seen Lisbeth with my own eyes. I can only believe this maid's frightful testimony. I'll go down to the kitchen and try to follow a little grumpy. I hope you don't mind me looking around. Look at those doggies. So cute. He's so happy.
This house needs a priest.
So cute. Hi. No Aaron? Right. No scare? Alright. Who needs 2 mirrors in their bathroom? Hey, Ambrose. On nights when I cannot sleep, I look from my bed to the monastery out my window. The reflections of the waters that separate us ripple across my bedroom walls, filling the room with waves of moonlight. If it is quiet enough and the wind is still, I can hear them chanting. Their prayers roll across the water and fall upon my ears like a lullaby, rocking me to sleep. It fills my body with such a quiet peace. And yet, I cannot help but wonder how something that provides so much security could at the same time haunt me. At midnight, the chanting stops. The brilliant lights of the monastery go black except for a tiny glow that emanates from the entrance to the catacombs. As I watch that single light, I can see the shadows of the monks at the entrance. It is then that I feel a slow creeping dread rise from my stomach, as if the island somehow has a hold of me. I have overheard bits and pieces of the story from hushed conversations about monks who died a horrible death years ago among these grounds. It is said that their tortured souls were put to rest within the catacombs and that their 2 brothers have stood guard at the entrance each night since. I cannot help but wonder why. What are they waiting for, or hoping to ward off? Are they bound to the island with the same unknown force as I? The Lord works in mysterious ways, but how can a just God allow his own flock to die within sacred grounds? Surely there is another force working among us, one capable of pure evil. A loving God could never allow such pain and agony. Is it that force that eats at me at night and leaves my dreams unsettled? Are the waters enough to keep me safe? I wish just once I could lie in the grass outside the catacombs for a night and put these haunted dreams to rest. I must end these nightly visions and seek the truth. Fun fact, Ambrose is voiced by Clive Barker. True? I think it was Ambrose. Yeah. I have a reflection in an early FPS. Such rarity. Yeah. They put a lot of effort into this game. Yeah. Clive Barker is Ambrose. Who did John St. John voice in this game? Doesn't say here on the IMDb. Maybe I can find it on Moby. The ads are going, so I might as well just dig. Yeah, apparently so. I didn't remember. But it says John St. John. As in Duke Nukem. Or, if you want to go with silly, Big the Cat from Sonic Adventures. Come get some. He did voices in Half-Life. That doesn't say specifically who he plays. In this game. I mean, it could be any of the, just the random NPCs that we meet. You're doing a great job. Nice. Nice underwear there, lady. Which way am I going?
Jammed.
Definitely not that one.
Help me!
Wrong spell. Where'd he go? I thought I could find the butler again. And also, this is Patrick's room. Like, jeez. Certainly do live lavishly. Big rooms even for guests.
Won't budge. Jammed. Locked.
Ah, that's Bethary's room.
Jammed. Need a key.
There he is. You okay? You okay? You okay? You okay? Okay. He's fine. I want to read this first. Dearest mother, all is not well here at the Covenant Estate. Joseph, my husband, who had once charmed me with his goodwill and smile, now seems distant and reclusive. I realize that when we met, there are those imperfections one must look past, and that your heart helps you to forgive. However, Joseph's strange obsession keeps him in the library at all hours of the night. Seldom are we spending time together, and even more rarely does he want to exercise his husbandly right towards me. I'm beginning to feel inadequate, especially when he talks of his desire for children prancing around the estate. What am I to do? I bide most of my time alone in the greenhouse, reminiscing of my sweet youth and the rich and gallant Peter Wakana, who would have waited patiently on me and shower me with the expensive gifts like my beloved pearl necklace. Things could have been different had I kept that social path. Instead, I feel like I'm the fool for getting involved with Joseph Covenant. His prime moments are being spent in his library with books twice as old as me. Apparently, my visage can't garner his attention. What dear advice could you give me, dearest mother? I'll be waiting for your response. I hope that this letter finds you and father well. Tell father not to worry about his little Robin, that I've left the nest but shall never leave his heart. With love, Evelyn. You know, Evelyn, there's a really good way of getting the attention of your husband. Get on top of the books and start twerking while you're naked. That would have gotten his attention immediately. For sure. I think I need to scry now. Well. For a moment, I thought that was a howler sitting there, but it's just a chair in the distance. Is that Archangel Gabriel fighting against demons or something? Rawr, to you two. Rawr. Nice of you to drop in. How about you F off? Oh, you did. It is truly a pity that my dear wife Evelyn passed away birthing Lisbeth. She would have loved to see them all grow. I cannot help but think that she would have been able to tame this wild streak that they all have exhibited lately. A mother is a soothing influence. I unfortunately cannot afford to offer them this solace. I wish I could understand what brought on this recent behavior. I've received a letter today from Ambrose's boarding school. He has been expelled. I don't know what to do with that boy. With the behavior of the children is so appalling, I have no choice but to bring them home. Perhaps I find a tutor. I hope being under my watchful eye will calm their spirits. The last 6 weeks have been terrible. The tutor was a complete disaster. In fact, the poor man just packed his bags and left in the night. Any form of discipline is hopeless with Ambrose and almost seems completely lost on the others. The only thing I have been able to do is play to their interests. I have noticed that each child has their own avid curiosity. Strange to see it manifest at such an early age, but who am I to discourage the one moment of peace I can find with them? I now understand why the children are behaving wildly. Jeremiah came to me frightened and crying. Several years ago, the children broke into my library and procured one of my research books without my knowledge. But how was I to know that a 12-year-old boy would take interest in those dusty tomes? I do not know what passage they read, but I suspect it has led to the current predicament concerning their behaviors and eccentricities. Jeremiah says they woke the spirits of the island. Hopefully I can determine what the children have done. Perhaps there is a solution. I have pored over the volumes of research. I am no closer to understanding what Jeremiah and the children may have conjured. None of the incantations in the books could have caused this to happen. Calling a demon or consulting a spirit should not have such a long-lasting disturbing effect. I even traveled to the stones. Nothing there gave me clues to what has happened. Perhaps if they had only told me at the time, I would have more insight. Now any clues would be long gone. I've determined the stones are some sort of focus. perhaps there is a reason so many people have been attracted and repulsed by this land. It seems my own fascination with the standing stones has wrought its corruption upon my children. Joseph. Well, you did wrong there. One, you took the tutor of a man, but you should have found a singing nun. The jokes.
Stuck. Jammed.
Aaron? Where are you at? I heard you laughing, but... Oh, I played this plenty. Hey, Bimmy. Trust me, I played this a lot. Oh. The howler is beneath me. Literally. Double kill! Ah, a key. The servant key. No, these are not the Bioshock spells. These are better. At least the next ones will be. This is still early on of a spell. This is just pure magic, baby. Shoot 'em, bastards. What do you think I'm doing, Spiky? Dividing them over for some storytellings and nightcaps? We're gonna have a slumber party, howlers. Shoot 'em, man. What do you think? This is Samurai Cop? Shoot him! Shoot him! What do you think I'm doing?
Won't budge.
I won't be the character. It'll be me. Certainly be me. You guys want to see the art turn even more beautifuler than it is? Like I said, beautifuler. It's the whole family and all their gory. And speaking of gory, nice of them to have proper art here. Hey, Chrome. The Nightmare. Wasn't this a painting based on Mary Shelley? I just remember that being called Nightmare because the lady's sleeping and there's a nightmare, literally, and a demon. Giving her nightmares. Nice to know that Aaron is still having fun. On my expense. Can't remember.
Jammed.
I know that there's an Easter egg somewhere. The game has some silly Easter eggs. Not that many, but a couple. I remember one of them being finding some kind of panel somewhere that opens up and shows the butler and a maiden very, very tiny in a very tiny room doing some kind of a sketch or show. I think I've gone past it already. Lisbeth! Rare to you too. Hey, get back here. Go. Man, I'm gonna seen under her skirt. Those guys got in the way. I mean, no, Lisbeth.
Locked.
East wing key. Alright.
Stuck.
Thanks, Aaron. Locking that goddamn door.
Jammed. Stuck.
I think I found the kitchen. Or maybe not. Hello? Any living people around here? I hear that hum. Although I'm not sure if it is. An amplifier. Oh, hello.
Is that the door to the gardens?
Dar.
Yes, it is. However, I don't
Guard,
have the
guard.
key. I lent it to the maid.
Which
I
one?
believe she's cleaning Herr Keisinger's room today.
Of course.
It's located in the east wing of the house.
Thanks. I appreciate your help.
Oh, sorry, Tets. I mean, lady. The door to the manor gardens is locked. The cook says the maid is the only one with the key and she is cleaning Keisinger's room in the east wing. Keisinger. While the name might not ring true to the servant, I'm deeply disturbed that Otto Keisinger would even be here. What the hell does that bastard want with my friend and his family? I can only be sure that when our paths cross, he will get more than a stern word from me. I only wonder how he plans to answer my questions when my hands are gripped tightly around his throat. Otto has done more to damage my reputation than I care to remember. I have no doubts that should he find out I've made it out to the Covenant estate, he'll stop at nothing to foil my attempts at uncovering the mysteries that seem to be plaguing this family and my dear friend.
Stuck. Need a key.
That is definitely an amplifier sound. No, wait. It's not. I thought those were knives, but they're actually fish, I think. Hard to tell. Maybe they're shoes. Gonna eat some shoes?
Stuck.
Lisbeth! Bitch! Dare to throw shit at me? Makiat rönttöset. En ole kyllä ikinä kuullut kenenkään kutsuvan niitä rönttösiksi.
Stuck.
Rakkaalla lapsella on monta nimeä. Tarkoittaa varmaan rakkailla lapsilla. It's fine. I mean, you should look at the image spam in Discord. Yes. Leading me to my doom. Oh, it's Aaron. Sup? Gingerbread. Looking for something? It's got to be here somewhere. If he's gonna shush me, we're in the wrong game.
Where is it?
There it is, what he says.
I know it is around here someplace. Ah, here it is.
That's not a door. What a way to get a book. Freddy's leaves swirl in the wind like lost souls in search of rest. Like an open sketchbook focused on my dreams, this land is forever pictured as a comforting autumn dusk, replete with the golden sky, with the crackling river water and bubbling marshes that dot the land. It feels like a romantic artist's canvas. Upon further investigation, I have sensed horrendous visions of a gnarled doom, and decorated as a picturesque facade in this endless autumn dusk. Spiny trees root deep into the foul earth, leaking the ground dry of all that is good. Carcasses populate the brush, their putrid remains swallowed whole by the land, and the corners of this malevolent area are teeming with vicious, ungodly prey. All whilst the grass stretches over this land, twisting together like veins of pulsating sinew, as if the ground were alive, keynote of the inhabitants that parade on its back. Beady black soulless eyes flash across the air. Tiny, quick, winged bats streak through the bright skies, flying razors, waiting for the perfect moment to descend. As they swoop by, I see sharp, bloody teeth, a wicked, demonic smile. From the darting blurs, I hear an ominous whistling that chills my soul. They own the skies here. Wraith-like, hooded minions, overseers without heart or soul, patrol this land. Slash and stitch techniques permeate their faces and arms patched together like cheap quilts, using the skin from the bodies of rank corpses. They gather and live like packs of rabid wolves, instigating fights for supremacy. These abominations thirst for my destruction. They are mostly clustered around footpaths that seem to traverse upward along a cliffside, but alternate groupings are planted among watering holes and the hollowed trees. Further down the path, it is as if the shadows are swallowing surroundings whole, without a penchant of logic or drop of meaning. It is as if the only reason for this actually lies in darkness itself, like royalty that rules the black void, entombed in the night infinite. It is she, the eternal mistress of shadows. He's very poetic with his writing. Also extremely crazy. Just the ramblings of a madman with pure paranoia. You guys inviting me over? I should follow you. I really don't want to, but I have to. This is the only way to get to the East Wing. Surprise, motherfucker! That's what you forgot to say.
The great hall of paintings. There is the truth. Image becomes reality. He will rise again. The ritual continues through our blood.
Which world are you going through that painting, Mario? I've seen it already. Don't need to look at it again. There. See. Look. Swear. See, I can do it too. I used the East Wing key. Now we're in the East Wing. Loud doors. Ding, ding, ding. Anybody in there? Clong, clong, clong. Anybody in there? Just about my size. Why don't I wear you? Beautiful picture they have there. Oh, hello. You the maid?
Bethany often used this room as her office after Jeremiah left for the war.
Thank you kindly there, Boston woman. I think she sounded more Massachusetts than British. Have to. I mean, I am looking around, using my eyes perfectly. Oh, you meant scrying. Ah!
Lovely day, isn't it?
Now that's proper British right there. Lovely day, isn't it? Why do I waste my time with posers and fools? I don't know. Why do you? I realize now that my correspondence with these others has been a waste of my time. Father had done more research than I could truly appreciate until now. Most of these other magicians are braggarts who act the part but rarely have an inkling of the truth. I have tried to contact the Golden Dawn, but I have been ignored and insulted since I am not from the continent. Alistair Crowley insists I become his acolyte. Alistair Crowley's, I say. I suspect it is more of a harem. His vanity is boorish and fraudulent. He's as confused as my brother. Both are lost in vices. While Aaron numbs himself and seeks escape, the great beast actually believes it to be a revelation. Right. Old office machines with only productivity software might not seem as interesting as the ones that have a huge library of games, but they still have their appeal. A few have been unresponsive or cryptic. I suspect that if I pursued them, I might glean some knowledge. However, I am beginning to realize that my research and documentation are beginning to plateau. What I have learned must be put into practice. Perhaps the nature of the knowledge I seek cannot be found within this society. Trial and error has slowed my learning due to the long recovery periods. The help probably suspects something is amiss since my health fluctuates drastically from these rituals. They wouldn't dare say anything, and besides I can always blame erratic fortitude upon my family legacy. That should be enough to excuse my bouts of weakness. Besides, Aaron languishes in a stupor even now. I know, Gabriel. Since you mentioned the sharp. I mean, I took a picture of it because I had to. Aaron, what are you doing? Caller, what do you think you're doing? You okay there, lady? Oh. You don't mind me shooting up the place, do you? You do you. Just don't scream. Because if you do, I know that you're dead. That's a howler killing somebody over there. Jeremiah, I am warning you about Bethany. She has become obsessed with Father's books since you left for the war. She's increasingly paranoid and secretive. She locks herself in the sunroom or disappears on horseback. I know she is corresponding with a number of outsiders. I fear she is making family business known to these strangers. I doubt we want her bringing unneeded attention to the family. You know, she is the last person we want near those stones. How could you have left us? I can feel the fingers of this curse reaching out to us. Don't think you can escape. You know you have to come back. Damn it, Jeremiah, you have doomed us all and you are a coward for leaving us. Can you hear the whispers, Jeremiah? Even another continent isn't far enough. Remember, I tried to go as well. I still heard them, even in Asian dens and German gutters. I figured it out. It's inside. It won't be long before you cross the threshold, brother. Oh yeah, brother, gonna cross the threshold, brother.
Stuck. Stuck.
Can I snipe you from here? Yep. The answer is yes.
Stuck.
I see you up there. Hee hee. Got him. Are you supposed to be Hermes? Oh yeah, you are. The messenger of the gods. That's Hermes. I think it was Hobo Joe who was praising the game with the early Unreal Engine and how well this is made. I mean, you even leave bloody footprints when you step on the blood. It's a neat little detail. Hey, Zarrega. On scale 1 to 10, how undying are we? Currently, we are at 10. Very undying because
Won't budge.
they haven't really hurt me that much either. So, not dying. Very Undying. Certainly got windy here. The weather is cold and rainy. It started raining last night. The power flickered for a second at 4:30 in the morning, and it would rain for 3 days. All right. What a beautiful picture they have put back there. I mean, a beautiful landscape. Somebody needs to fix that lamp. Squeak! Do I have to? I mean, I can see just fine. Without any help. Alright. The voices sound very creepy because they're supposed to be children laughing, but the scrying slowed them down when I walked away, so... That is one sturdy ball. I can't even move it. Elizabeth bit me today. I cannot understand what has gotten into her lately. She used to be such a graceful, proper little girl. She even licked her lips afterwards. I believe I should leave this place. Mary Turner. Yeah, I would say that is a good idea. Just leave the place. Don't come back here. Don't even think about the place anymore. Aha, you thought you could hide from me? Look, see, scry, now. No? Alright. Carbonara goes well with pretty much anything. It doesn't have to be pasta. I mean, there's even like a potato carbonara that you can make. I mean, it works best with pasta, but I would say it works well with rice and potato. Do you mind? Jeez. Rice and bacon? Yeah, that works. And down you go. What about the other way? Fun. I didn't panic at all. Hey. Eh? What a beautiful landscape they have painted there. think that's also a famous painting of, like... I don't remember if it's like a Greek tale or something. And they just hunted down a rabbit. Probably that swan. Maybe I'll come back later. You sound like I don't need to disturb you behind the door there, sir. Shut up. Don't need to hear you freaking breathing on our necks. That's also a famous tapestry, actually. The Lady, the Unicorn, and the Lion. I don't even know if I'm going the right way. Cover the nipple, man. I got a feeling there might be a howler at the end of this.
Won't budge.
Go away! It was more than just one. Give me that healing. Sexual healing. I did tell you that this game still makes me poop me pants. And there's proof right there. I'm playing on easy. And it's still scary as shit. Nice angle on the mirror there. Look at the tiny little Patrick. Oh, it's this place. Ah, there's a familiar sight. Those look like the most uncomfortable chairs I've ever seen. I mean, it's because of the shape they look like wooden blocks. That's an amplifier. That's an amplifier. And also, a trap. For sure. Told you.
Need a key.
The Widow's watch key, yeah. Uh-huh. I mean, you just sit on it and it just slices off your legs at the knees. And your ass is hurt and bruised. It's as hard as a rock.
Stuck. Won't budge.
Squeak. sure this is the way I'm supposed to go. I just sidetracked, and I got myself an amplifier for it, which is good. Looks like Joseph Commandant really loved Hermes. So many Hermes freaking statues around here. Also, who designed this place? Like, we have a very nice marble and wood room here, and suddenly, dungeon. This is like the second floor. Or first floor, but still. Oh. We are at the altar. Need the priest's key. And what is this? The priest's key. How are the gas and food prices where you are? Have you noticed any sudden fluctuations? I haven't really kept an eye on them.
Who dares rifle through my personal belongings? Guards, at once!
He's reloading his weapon. He's reloading his weapon.
Anybody else get the feeling I came to the wrong place at the wrong time? Yeah, these priests are tough. I have gone to the wrong place. Or at least do not take the priest key from them. I'll leave them alone. I will not take that key yet. It would seem that they don't appreciate me being there. Still got the servant key. Enter Gardas through kitchen, get the key from the maid in Otto Kaisinger. That's where we're headed, Otto Kaisinger, right. I've gone the wrong way.
Won't budge.
Fuck these things. Fucking hate those things. I don't wanna. Ah, what a stormy night. So scary. Ugh. Alright. Ooh, spooky. Notice the gas prices suddenly crashing down. We're about to have a second Great Depression, apparently. I'll warn you guys if anything bad happens near me. Alright.
Won't budge. Stuck.
Well, I came here for nothing. Other than the amplifier. Can't even go any further because those doors are stuck and I need a key for this. Okay. What am I missing? This. This is what I'm missing. This leads to Otto Kaisinger.
Won't budge.
Yeah, just as I remembered, upstairs.
Won't budge.
Alright. Otto! Are you gonna be showing me some real magic? Yes, I know I'm out of my league, but don't call me boy. The worms await you. I met one already. That'll be a very familiar place soon. Sleep well, Irishman. You cannot harm me. Oh my, little sacrificial lamb. Alright. I already saw it from the distance. That's Otto Kaisinger. That's the true Otto Kaisinger. He's a master of the dark arts. Not like Doctor Strange. Just bad. Hey, somebody bought it, actually. And that is when I go and get one of my Discworld books. Go to a random page and read a random passage from it. This page, something from here. She grabs the knocker, which was shaped like a dragon's head, and rapped smartly 3 times. After a while, the door was opened by a young woman with her mouth full of clothes pegs. She inquired. Reddy bowed, giving the girl a chance to take in the pointy black hat with the bat wing hat pins. It had an impressive effect. She blushed, and peering out into the quiet alleyway, hurriedly motioned to Granny inside. This is what it is. I'm just gonna read a random passage from the book. That was a good moment. Yeah. Where you are? Just imagine all those clothespins in her mouth. Where you are? I mean, it's spelled ooh in the book. As in, what do you want? Ooh. I mean, I'm still reading Guards, and I bought 3 more books that I'm gonna read next. I've read 2, Mort and Equal Rights, so Guards is happening right now. And the 3 books that I bought was Pyramids, Reaper Man, and Sorcery. Really? The same picture? Mount Doom! Or something. I don't know. There's plenty of movies about Discworld. There's Hogfather. There's Color of Magic. Then there's the cartoon movies, Weird Sisters, and another one. I mean, there's plenty. Shut up, Otto. We watched Hogfather on a movie night. Yeah, it's backwards.
Stuck. Won't budge.
That's why I was able to read what he says. You're out of your league, boy. Or job. Well, nobody said that Kaisinger is a good decorator. I mean, look at this place. Ugh, hurts my eyes. No, I don't have a walkthrough. I'm just reading the subtitles. The power really is here. I can feel it grow as this family shrinks. 10 little, 7 little, 5 little Indians. So sad that I spilled Covenant blood prior to my arrival. Ha! It was a trifle beneath me, but arriving without cause nor invitation at the king's throne simply would not do. Insignificant fodder she was. But Patrick Galloway, how is it I did not foresee his arrival? Still strange to me that Jeremiah's affection for the Irishman did not waver with time, even after the wonderful night at Cashel. I await his arrival. Oh. I wish I remembered how to turn off the fire, but I think it's after I get the dragon. Because that's ice. Yeah. These won't do. I really hate his realm. That's where we gotta go. Bye, door. Whee. Some connections are made to be discovered, while others should remain unseen. Some lands are best never spoken, as their hell lies in between. The words ring in the mind like a dream with irony not lost. For Oneira is simply that, the dream city of forgotten souls. Governed by none, but watched by many. With a sky that bleeds crimson, it is the only uncharted realm the scholar has witnessed. For the single time I attempted to graph the land, it seemed to belittle me by changing shape. I will keep watch over this tower until the entrance can be sealed. Bye. Welcome to Oneros, everybody. Place of hell, agony, and despair. For me, that is. We're gonna be seeing these guys a lot. They pop up out of everywhere. Constantly. That looks like a manabile. A health flag. Even better. Even though I didn't need it. Where am I going? This is the question. Where is the microphone? That is where I'm going. I can't just jump down there. That would be highly illogical. I did it. I found the way. Wait, health vials are just... yeah, they're just health. They work as health packs. Thirsty kid. So there's an added.
I'll show you real magic.
There it is. You do that, I'll run away like a bitch. Ah. I've heard of this weapon only in story. Created a forge of gold, it is a mystical weapon of Tibetan folklore that was lost in a mountainous area during a great battle. They called it the war cannon. Rumor has it that the person that holds this weapon must be of pure heart for it to function correctly. I seem to be able to discharge some sort of cold sphere out of it. I wonder if it can slow down these bastard creatures. It can, and it's annoying as hell. Lady, stop bleeding up. You're ruining the ceiling. I thought this was how you put out the fire. I mean, I want to get through. That's the thing that I hate about this weapon. That freaking breath that it does every now and then. There's something around here that I'm missing. It's not for frying, it's for freezing. There's Shivananda. A little dragon with a cold. I really don't remember how to get through this. Maybe the fire is just an illusion, and I can just walk through it like this. certainly not an illusion of a fire. Shut up, freaking war cannon. Shut up. I mean, it would be nice to get through there. I think there's an amplifier and some other stuff in there. Ah. It gets extinguished after I kill a lot of scarrows. Yep, it's put out. Tied to the cannon. Or the... Yep. War cannon. The good thing about the war cannon is unlimited ammo. My way. Anybody else want some? You did. More?
Stuck. Won't budge.
I guess that is true. That once you kill enough of them, they won't appear anymore. Those scarrows scurry off. I know that on harder difficulties, there's even more of them than were here on easy.
Jammed.
But we are here to have fun anyway, so don't want an army of them against me. I just said I don't want an army of them against me. There's nothing in here anyway. Squeeze.
Won't budge.
Won't budge. It's stuck. It's jammed. Look at that tongue action. Is the dragon trying to do the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure meme? Just give him a cherry.
Stuck.
Guess we are going that way. Hate that slime that they spit at you. Jesus Christ. Get scared by a fucking door.
Stuck.
Nothing. Can't even open the door. There's something soothing about the dragon noise. Missed. gave you permission to sneak up on me like that? Slow and steady.
Stuck. Won't budge.
Sure, I'm finding a lot of health packs, which is nice.
Jammed.
I know that more is gonna appear here. They usually do. And also Aaron might make an appearance. Wrong place for Aaron.
Jammed. Need a key.
That's Bethany's room. No, wait, this is where I came from, right?
Won't budge.
Oh boy, this is the way I was supposed to go. Never mind.
Need a key.
Ah, that's Aaron's room. Nice eyeballs. And this is where Aaron usually appears. There he is. I'll get that amplifier later. I should have gone to the chapel. Thanks, Aaron. Chum he is.
Jam.
Any more of you? If all else fails, just go through the mirror, right? New spell. This spell. I'm fairly certain this can stop or affect any and all magic I may encounter. I may try the spell on an obstacle of smaller magnitude, lest it fail in my most dire time. Wish I could get to that amplifier. Just hearing it is annoying me. Ow. I hurt myself. I shot at the wall when I was right next to it with the ice ball and it burst and hit me. Ah. What an interesting room.
Locked.
Big room with just one. Yeah. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure to save. So I think I'm gonna end it here. It's a good start. It's great to be back to this game. Such an awesome game. So much fun. Scary as hell. I don't think I can take it anymore. I'd be really quiet with these goddamn scaros because I hate them. They pop out of nowhere and with that goddamn cannon in your hand is... I need to stop to get my nerves back. I'm just being quiet because I'm constantly like... It would be the cartoon version. Just me being silent is the cartoon version of you see a cartoon character, you know, biting on their nails because they're so scared. That's me. My heart is just going... It's like...